And you guys are starting a new project called Damelio Brands. You guys.
Damelio.
I don't know why Charlie and Dixie thought it was a good idea to go on the BFFs podcast. I mean, just in terms of numbers alone, Dixie and Charlie are A-list celebrities compared to these guys. Not to mention they are a drama podcast. So you know Dave is going to be asking sus questions and throwing shade. And that's exactly what he did. He goes from mentioning Charlie's income,
Charlie, did you make $17.5 million? Is that accurate?
to dragging Addison Rae's family,
Addison Rae's family's melting down.
to questioning Charlie's acting career.
You're the lead?
Yeah.
Have you ever acted before?
And because Dave's main purpose is to get a reaction out of Charlie to make good clickbait, he hit her where it hurts. Dave begins bringing up Chase any chance he gets, and is constantly comparing Chase to Charlie's current boyfriend, Landon.
You know, Huddy was like my dream guest.
Congratulations.
You guys don't like each other.
I mean, because Charlie is so uncomfortable with the situation and is just not answering his questions,
I think that
he asks Dixie if Charlie hates Chase.
Does she hate him?
I can't speak for her.
Charlie finally calls out Dave and is like, why did I even come on the podcast in the first place? At this point, he's just calling her boyfriend a loser, and he wants her to fight back so he can get a good reaction for his video.
you have to understand that's where my hesitation for coming on the podcast comes, because you are calling my boyfriend a loser.
And wouldn't you know it, the 1 minute of the podcast that Charlie is actually calling Dave out on his bullcrap, he uses that as clickbait for his title for the podcast. Charlie goes at Dave Portnoy over past comments. Congrats, Dave. You kept pushing the boundaries of a teenager the third of your age so you could get the reaction you wanted. And while Charlie is calling Dave out, he just gaslights her. He says that he's never said a bad thing about Charlie or anyone that she's ever cared about, which is just total bullcrap. And she even ends up apologizing to him just to put an end to the conversation.
Yeah, no, I'm...
Apologies.
You're...
And it's not a BFFs podcast if Dave doesn't have a game set up for his guests. And in this game, you're basically associating words with influencers. Yeah, you can guess where this is going.
Next.
Dave brings up a few people from Charlie and Dixie's past, including Maddie, who, if you didn't know, used to be like Charlie's best friend in 2020 and 2021. And Charlie gives a really mature response saying they just grew up and that she has really good memories with her.
I think just memories. We had great memories together.
They also bring up Zoe Laverne, who...
It's just so, like, pathetic that, like, she just comes in and, like, almost like she's so close to passing me, and everybody's reminding me that she's gonna pass me, and I just want to prove this bitch that I am better than her because I am Zoe fucking Laverne and I am literally the star of TikTok.
Yeah, even Charlie couldn't hold it together after seeing that. And James Charles, who they used to be super close with during the start of their career, but all they had to say was
Makeup.
And Taylor Holder, who... literally no one said a word except...
Disgusting.
Yeah, don't know what's going on with that. And finally, Kobby Lame, the king of TikTok.
Proud.
You're so trained.
That's what I'm saying. Overall, Dixie and Charlie handled this podcast incredibly well. They gave well-rounded answers and stayed clear of any drama Dave and Josh were trying to throw their way. But again, the whole thing was just unnecessary. You don't need to go on a podcast like this when you're that successful.